Hey guys, this video is going to show you how to create your Works Cited page for your ICE review paragraph by using a website called Noodle Tools. This is something that you may or may not have used in 8th grade. Sometimes my freshmen have used this before, sometimes they have not. And so we use it. I personally just like to use it to generate your Works Cited page. There is a lot you can do in Noodle Tools, but for our purposes, we are just going to be using it to generate a Works Cited page. I know in the future, some of your English teachers may use it in a little more depth, but for this year, we're just going to use it for that. So how you get there is you go to our library website, which is lmc.lsr7.org. I bookmark it, okay? You should too. And here you would go into research, because anytime you are using outside sources in your own writing, that is doing research. So research. And then down here, there's just some tools that they have. Here is Noodle Tools. And so for this, you will, I believe, and if this looks different on your side, oh, well, let me log out so you can see what it looks like. It'll look something like this. In the past, I had created an account, but I'm pretty sure you guys can just click on Google and log in with your Google account. That is what I did. Choose your school account. And once you log in, it will look like this, okay? And I've used this in the past. So here I have several projects here, okay? And what a project means is that you are starting a research project. And because within that, Noodle Tools has a lot of different things that you can do with it. In fact, you can see that up here, you can log your sources, you can create note cards, you can start typing your paper in Noodle Tools. So there's a lot you can do. For our purposes though, like I said, we're just creating that Works Cited page. So you do have to create a new project though. And you can name this your ICE paragraph, really whatever you want to name it. That's just for your own, so you know what it is. And then you're going to click MLA. And then we're going to just be at a starter for our citation level this year. Okay, you may move up in years to come, but for right now, you're going to click starter and you click submit. And it takes you to your dashboard for this project. I don't do a lot with this dashboard, but here you can input a research question, your thesis, and then it actually will let you start your paper in here as well. I would prefer you not do this right now, but again, I want you to just kind of be familiar with what this looks like, because in the future you might use it. So where we're going to be is in this sources tab at the top, okay? And here's where you're going to input your article that you chose earlier this week and that you are using in your paragraph. So I'm going to try to get all, to go through all of the sources, okay? So once you've seen your source, you can probably click out of the video. But what you're going to do, click new source, and it asks you, where is it? So where did we find this? All of the sources that I have given to you, and it's a little bit different because you did not go find your own sources, so this is a little different. They all came from some type of website. So we're going to click on website, and we're basically going to go to web page, honestly, because it's not a book, a magazine, a photo, or a reference source. They were all web pages, okay? And so it gives you just some blanks that you have to fill in, okay? Some of these you may or may not have. So I want you to really keep in mind that as you cite sources, there is some information that you just may not have, okay? But you want to try to find all of the information that you can. So for our purposes, the URL, when we pull up, let me see here, one of your, if you chose the herd mentality article, I don't believe we have the exact URL to where this came from. So where you got it from is the link that you're viewing it at. So go ahead and click on that, copy that, go back into Noodle Tools here. Oh, where's my little, here we go, new source. Oh, I have multiple Noodle Tools tabs. Here we go, there we go. Click in, paste that URL in there, and that will work for our purposes this time. Since you didn't find that on the web, I found it for you. We're just gonna use the Google Drive URL, okay? Date of the publication was October 19th, 2008. So I'm going to go back into my Noodle Tools here. What did I say? October 19th, 2008. Why can't I remember that? Okay, 2008. 2008. The most recent date of access, it's going to ask you that all the time. Usually that is the same day you're doing this, because if you access it multiple times, it wants your most recent date of access. So we have that. And now we have contributors. And this is where you can choose, do we have an author, or is it just an editor? Who is it? And so for this article, for the herd mentality article, we have Josh Landis. Okay, he is the author of this article. So we're going to go back in here, put his name, Josh. Oh, we don't know his middle name, Landis. No suffix there. And then the article title. So this is something that, again, even though this is a PDF, I think we can select it here and copy and paste. Oh, yeah, okay. Copy and paste that right into the title. Name of the website, I just remember it was CBS. Okay, and just to go back here and check CBS. So sometimes you kind of have to look around in the article, find what you can. If you guys were viewing this on the website, it would be easier to find some of the information. But we still have, and I would say the publisher is also CBS, and that is not always the case. But I would assume that that is still CBS. Okay, so I'm just kind of double checking here to make sure that I have all of the information that they asked for. You don't have to worry about the annotation. In the future, you might. You want to make sure that it includes this source in your final Works Cited page. And then you will just click Save. Oh, the role of the contributor, sorry, that would be author. Okay, click Save. And it pops up here now in your Source tab. I am going to go through the other sources as well, just to help out the other students who have chosen other articles. But you guys will just have one source on your Works Cited page. And from here, how you can get that generated into your Google Doc, because you should have your paragraph started in a separate Google Doc. You're going to go to Options, and then you're going to go to, I'm sorry, not Options. You're going to go up here to Print Export. And what you're going to do is print export to Google Docs. And just as simple as this, I might ask you to sign in. Just as simple as that. Just as simple as that. Sorry, I paused. It generates your Works Cited page into a Google Doc in your Google Drive, and it names it sources for whatever your project name was, ICE paragraph. So that's why it is important to name it something that you know what it is and remember what it is. So you have your Works Cited page right here. If you had multiple sources, they would be listed in alphabetical order along with this hanging indent. That's how it is formatted. So you can see here that this first line is aligned left, and every line after that is indented. If you had multiple sources, Noodle Tools would format this for you perfectly, and it even has the page number up here. But since we are working in a different Google Doc, what I am going to do is I'm just going to copy, Control C, and go into my paragraph. So here's the example one that I had for you. I am going to enter down to my second page, because your Works Cited page should always go on its own page, and see how my page number automatically goes to 2. And then I am just going to paste, and I'm almost done. Hopefully you know what I need to do right now. If not, I'm going to tell you. But that would be your Works Cited page. Notice though that I wrote my paragraph in Arial 11 font, and this is Times New Roman 12-point font. They just need to match. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and change this to Arial 11 so it matches the rest of my paper. If you want to make it all Times New Roman 12-point, you can. But the fact is that it should match, okay? So it's as simple as that. I'm going to go back into Noodle Tools here and just quickly go through the other 3 articles, just so other students can see what their citation should be. So if you chose the Fear Factor article, you can turn this off unless you just want to watch to the end. The next article here is the millennial generation doubts the fairness of the justice system. So in Noodle Tools here, let's go ahead and create a new source. And we're going to go ahead and say it is a website. It was from a web page. The URL that you are accessing it from is the Google Drive link for now. Put that in there. The date of the publication, let's see. It was April 30th, 2015. We are accessing it most recent today. And then here we need to know who wrote this. Okay, so here's one that I definitely wanted to address. We know it's by the Associated Press, and so it's not a name. It's not a name. So we'll go in here, and we have the, we'll go ahead and say the group is the author. And notice we don't have a first name or middle name, but it does say last name or group. So we can put Associated Press right here, okay? The web page of the document or the article title is Millennial Generation Doubts Fairness of Justice System Poll Finds. Copy that, paste it here. Name of the website is Newsela. And the publisher of the site, I'm going to probably say, let's see, I'm thinking it's just Newsela also. Sometimes there is a different publisher, but if you can't find that, it's probably the same as the big title. Okay. What do I have a little? Okay. All right, guys. So I think I have everything I need for this one. So I would go ahead and click save. And here it is right here. And notice like you're only going to have one source, but when you do have multiple sources, it does alphabetize it for you. And so again, once I was done, I would go to print export, export to Google Docs, copy and paste that into your paragraph on its own separate page, and then make sure the fonts match, okay? Next article I will do is the Rethinking Juvenile Sentencing. So again, new source, website, it's a web page, and that might change sometimes when you're finding your own sources. The URL, we're just going with the Google Drive link. Date of the publication, this one is January 3rd, 2019. Most recent date of access is today. And then do we have an author on this one? Nope, we have a group still, Christian Science Monitor. And adapted by the Newsela staff, I would still go with who it was by originally. So author, but it was a group, so we type it here. And then again, article title. Sometimes it's hard to grab these words in a PDF. Here we go. The title there. Website is Newsela, just like the other one. Newsela. And we should be good. Save that. And here it is alphabetized there. Last article here is the To Gossip or Not to Gossip. I'm just going to go ahead and copy that title. And this is not from Newsela, so this is a little different. So if you chose the gossip article. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the URL. Okay, the date there was June 16th, 2014. Most recent date of access is today. And we do have an author in this one. It was Lolly Daskell. So here we can enter her first and last name. We got the article title, the name of this website. This one was harder for me to find, but I did check this out before the video, and I think it came from Psychology Today. I checked around, and that's, I think, the best that I could do here. Psychology Today. That's my best guess here. Yep. Psychology Today, and I am not going to, I'm not going to include a publisher this time because I'm really not sure what that might be. And it doesn't have a little red asterisk there, so I don't need that in order to create my citation. So I think I have everything for this. I'm going to save. Oh, add a last name or a group. Oops, I put the last name in the middle. Okay, it's good that it tells you. And you can see that's right there too. So that's the process that you guys will go through to generate your works cited page. I know this video is a little longer than normal, but I really we needed to spend some time to walk through how to use Noodle Tools. And again, once you're done with that, go to print export, export to Google Docs, copy and paste that into your paragraph, make sure the fonts match, make sure it's on its own page. If you have any questions about that, guys, just let me know.